God of War is a series that has been a mainstay in my life for the majority of it. Ever since picking up the initial game in 2005, it has constantly set and met expectations in the industry, and every iteration brings something new to the table. The second in the series remained my favourite game of all time until it was knocked off the pedestal by the seminal The Last of Us. So, naturally, I was extremely excited when God of War was announced on the PlayStation 4. Upon picking it up, I was instantly hooked by the personal story of Kratos and his son, Atreus, and their journey through the Nordic God Landscape. Combat was unrivaled, the challenges were cerebral, and there was a real sense of atmosphere and adventure to the work. However, upon completing the game, I was disheartened by the fact that there was no New Game Plus mode. Ever since God of War 2, this has been a motif of the series, and something that was not only essential to it, but also an aspect that added a wealth of replay value. Had it been missing from prior entries, then I may not have bothered to revisit them and fall head over heels as I once had. It marred an excellent experience for me, and I felt slightly shortchanged because of it. After spending hours besting the Valkyries, upgrading the Shattered Gauntlet of Ages, and more, I now had nothing to battle my new trinkets with. However, there was a glimmer of hope when rumours began to surface that the team at Santa Monica Studios were working on a New Game Plus mode. So I waited with bated breath, refusing to start a new game in order to keep my upgrades until it finally arrived. I'm glad to say that it's now here, and after playing through the main story of New Game Plus mode, I can say that the game secures all of the hopes that I had for it. Enemies are tougher, faster, smarter and stronger, and there still remains a sense of challenge to it. New armors are available, as well as new minerals and tasks that arguably make this the greatest New Game Plus mode ever put out. The creators of the game have really knocked it out of the park in terms of the depth that they have added to God of War, and one can only marvel at the fact that they've added in so many extra elements that even the most die-hard players may still struggle with the challenges this new mode brings. Players are now able to skip cutscenes completely, so those looking to power through the game are more than welcome to. However, if you've only played through it once before like myself, then I suggest you take the time out to watch the story again. There are several aspects that really feel impactful due to the added context that the ending brings, and I was blown away by some of the subtext that is there early on in the story. It's clear that Barlog and the team knew what they were doing, and they drop hints throughout at the overall storyline of the saga. This demands your attention a second time, and you owe it to yourself to watch through the cutscenes in order to get a true sense of the narrative. There will be things you miss first time in the story, similar to things you missed in the actual gameplay. I found myself able to pick up artifacts that I'd missed before, open chests that I'd never even considered attempting, and the New Game Plus mode adds a wealth of value to a game that was already brimming with it. It's essential that you play New Game Plus mode if you've already completed God of War. Feeling like the true experience, this balls to the wall, all out slobber knocker not only emphasises the insane combat that the series is known for, but it also advances the story in many ways. The upgrades that you are able to implement to your armour feel like a coat of fresh paint, and it really cannot be hammered home how much this addition enhances the experience. God of War was always a game boasting a lot of action, but this evolves it in certain necessary ways that demand your attention and make a second playthrough required if you are to consider yourself a true gamer. God of War was already one of the best games I'd ever played, but this goes above and beyond to secure its spot at the top. Because of all of the prior facts, I cannot score the game any lower than a perfect 10 out of 10. So, have you played through God of War New Game Plus mode, and if so, what did you think? Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please like it and subscribe to my channel. I create content like this weekly, and there'll definitely be something on here that you love if you're a fan of games. Recently I broke down the ending of God of War, so make sure you check that video out next, linked at the end of this one. Again, thanks very much for taking the time to watch this. I've been Deffinition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.